Welcome back to the Euro Cup semifinals here. This is the MLG stream covering it. We're right now up 2-1 for Dignitas off the back of Bling's subsequent 2-0s, two 2-0s in a row, 2-0-2-0 against Hope. But of course, Hero Marine took out Select in the first series, so it is 2-1 right now for Dignitas. This is game one between Hasuobs and Targa. Of course, Hasuobs playing from Team Mouse Sports, Targa playing from Team Dignitas. And if Targa wins this series, right, this is game one, so there's going to be at least another game after this. But Targa wins the series, the match is over, Dignitas advances to the finals. If Hasuobs wins, we're going to get to that final match of Vortex against Tefl. So going forward here, by the way, if you're wondering where Alex is, he'll be right back. Just went to grab some of the food we got coming, because eating is good for you. But this is game one on Derelict Watcher. It is a Protoss versus a Zerg here. The top right, the German blue Protoss representing Mouse Sports, Hasuobs. And his opponent, the red Zerg representing Dignitas, Targa. So more PvZ. In case you guys weren't happy enough with Bling versus Hope. Maybe there's some more Zerg Hope here in Targa, of course. This time it's switched up. Last time it was Dignitas' player Bling representing the Warriors from Ire. And now Dignitas has Targa representing the Zerg Swarm. So he's coming out here with scouting, and we'll see if we're going to have any different type of play than we saw in the last game. Last series was Bling really favored a lot of air play in general, and Hope is really favoring Hydra to space play. We'll see if the players differentiate from what we saw back in that previous PvZ. Hasuobs going for a gateway expand against just the standard opening from Targa. There should be a third hatchery. He has a lot of... Maybe he's waiting to scout to build the third hatchery. That could be what's going on here. Okay, he scouts the fact it's a gateway expand. Is he going to throw down immediate gases? No. This is weird. He's just saying on 2 hatches. A lot of... Huh. Get the queens. I guess it's not that weird. A lot of times the third hatch, it's actually, okay, there goes the third hatch. It's not super weird, it's just slightly different timings than most Zerg players. Prefer getting a third a little bit faster, delaying one of the queens. Of course, we did see the hatch first coming in from Targa, so that throws things off a little bit sometimes. How you doing, Alex?
I'm good. Just had a bite of an onion ring. I hope you're not jealous.
I'm pretty jealous. I'm full of jealousy.
It's okay. We'll be there soon. We can just look at it from afar and just pretend it's in our bellies, and then we lose our sense of hunger, so we're not hungry anymore, right? Isn't that how it works?
That's true. I think that's exactly how it works. Let's just...
So what'd I miss?
You missed the beginning of Hasuobs versus Targa, game number 1.
Ooh. So this is a must-win for...
Hasuobs.
Hasuobs.
Yes.
Okay.
The German Protoss representing Mouse Sports.
Yep.
He's going with the 4. So we saw it when Bling... was doing his gateway expands. He would get Stargate 2 gates. This is Forge 2 gates. So a little more defensively upgrade focused. Although I guess Stargate's pretty defensive too.
Right.
And we do have Targa with Zerg. He's taking a third base, so pretty normal stuff as well there.
Yeah, we got that Roach Warren going down. Of course, that's moderately well timed because you want to be able to deal with that Zealot stuff that generally comes with like a 3 or 4 gate type pressure situation. So that's why the Roach Warren is there, just making sure you're on top of it. He's making a lot of lings though.
Yeah,
this
he is. I think he really wants to make sure there's no proxy pylons. He saw the early gateways. He knows Warp Gate is completing around now. He got the Roach Warren just in case, but I think ideally he doesn't even want to make roaches. Just use the Zerglings to deny any close to him. Oh, he found a probe.
Oh. Well, the probe is being escorted. He is the VIP, but unfortunately this is going to be a failed mission for that Mothership Core of Hasuobs.
Yes, it is. Now,
oh, hold on. The pylon going down.
Yeah, he does have the one pylon here. This pylon...
That probe is like staying alive. He's trying to be a magician, but he's going to fall.
Yep, there he goes.
Good try, probe. I respect that guy.
There is a pylon here, which is substantially closer to natural, but with the amount of Zerglings, he's going to have to wait for maybe 9 Zealots to put on any further pressure. Here's the counterattack. This hasn't been spotted yet, though, and if Targa gets too kind of cocky, right, that he's held the push, and he doesn't build any more units, all of a sudden, 9, 12 Zealots could show up, and that could be a problem. He's scouting now the main base. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
He sees it.
Ah,
Okay.
great. See, great heads-up play. You know, why not scout with Zerglings? If you check the front, you see you're not going to get in. Just run around the map.
Just look around a little bit. But that takes like time and effort.
No, what you do is you just hold down shift and you like spam the mouse like a maniac at random points around the map.
See, that I can do.
Yeah.
That I can do.
It's pretty tricky.
Okay, so from here, we got a Robo from Hasuobs, so looking to get at least an observer, maybe go into Colossus production eventually.
Yeah.
Third base, he has to start thinking about.
You know what's crazy is Targa is still on a very low drone count. It's weird that we're 8.5 minutes in and he's still only on, what was that, 43 drones. Which makes me kind of concerned for him. He's starting to catch up
he
now.
made all those lings in the beginning.
Yeah, he maybe overdid the lings.
I mean, and they're kind of, like, they're doing a good job right now, but he did sacrifice a lot of economy to get those
Yeah. He should just kill these zealots or at least force a recall. Maybe he's going to just hit the front, but...
Gonna make the sentry sweat a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, he
Threatening
should be to
presence.
force a recall here.
Yeah.
The speed needs to be able to trap them, or just kill the zealots, one of the two. I'd assume we're going to see recall.
He's got everything. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
No one left behind.
There you go. One guy almost got left behind. 2 life zealot.
Wherever he is.
But here he
There he is. He's kind of angry, but he's happy.
He's breathing heavy. Do you see him? Look at his shoulders go up and
Dude,
down.
that was intense. He was surrounded
Yeah.
by... He thought he was going to die. He literally thought he was going to die. He was 2 HP away. A broken toenail away.
Stubbed his foot one more time, would have been hit.
Yeah, no.
We do have a 4th hatchery going down along with a layer for Targa, and I think his drone count is a little bit healthier now. It's still the drone count where it's like the low tech, like maybe mass roach max type drone count. It's not a drone count to progress into a really stable, like...
So has Hasuobs recognized this? Like, what is Hasuobs feeling right now, do you think?
He's looking to take a 3rd base, it looked like, although his probe did get picked off. Well, actually, I think he is. Like, investing in Immortals...
Oh, my God. That was so close to being
Yes, it
annoying.
was. Oh, trapped a good number of speedings there. That was actually kind of nice. And so Targa has a choice now. He can either try to overwhelm Hasuobs, or he needs to drone up like a maniac and start getting some actual tech. It looks like Overlord drop. We could see some crazy drop play. This could be neat.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Drop or Nidus.
You know, and drop could be great because the distance between the main and the 3rd is pretty big. And the other thing that drop is good about is, right now, Protoss can put his army kind of between a natural and 3rd, right? And he can defend all 3 bases. As soon as you get drop, you can threaten to send roaches in this way, basically, right? You can just pick up 4 roaches, drop them right here, and it's really annoying.
Yep.
And then, of course, you can drop in a main as well, and there's a lot of space to kind of kite back from zealots there and force them to actually send their whole army up there. And then, of course, their 3rd is vulnerable yet again.
Okay. Force field's going down. Hasuobs extending forward. He's got a good timing here, potentially.
He does. You know, Targa is trying to transition into, like, baning drops and speed lanes, but...
He's trying to do a lot of stuff that hasn't paid for itself yet. He's not
Yeah.
ready. He needs time.
And he does. Now, the Protoss army isn't that huge, but there's a lot of warp gates just coming up along with that 3rd base, so there could be a ton of warp ins. There's a good number of sentries here.
Trying to delay. Doesn't want to engage. Wants to bait some force fields. Wants to slow this down so he can get his upgrades done. His banelings can get done. He's trying to spread out. Trying to get a concave. Time warp going down. A great time warp.
Ooh,
Great force fields as well. Taking down about 4, 5, or 6 roaches there. And Hasuobs is still extending forward. Still has a lot of force fields available. Target does not want to engage just yet. Waiting for those upgrades. +1 carapace is done. +1 melee still in the way. Baneling nest just now finishing. Needs to make a lot of banelings right now. He has a good amount of gas to use. But can he buy time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how he can win this engagement without a lot of massive baning connections. The Protoss army is just...
Baneling drops would be great.
Yeah, substantially stronger than him. Oh, that's weird. Another time warp, so he's forced out more time warps, but there's still a good number of force fields left. There's a lot of sentries
He still
here,
hasn't
so
started making banelings. He has a lot of gas piled up. And he's still not making
I think
them.
he's afraid of the time it would take to morph him in.
But it's one of those things where it's like, if he had done it a little bit ago.
Yep. Now he's trying to make 8 stalkers. You know, Hasuobs is very apprehensive about this army as well. He doesn't need to actually, like, Hasuobs doesn't need to end the game now, right? He sees 3-base Protoss, and it's not like the Zerg is at Hive or anything. But that's a lot of banings coming in here. There's summoned overlords right now being dropped down.
He's indecisive.
I love what he's doing to the stalkers here, actually. He's just, you know, getting some damage done, blinking away.
And now he knows exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Does he know about the Overlord play? I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah. I mean, if there's no overlords, probably doesn't really work, so you can kind of assume it anyway. Sure. Roach speed is now 2nd turn completion. That's going to be a big upgrade. He's got roach speed done right now.
This is very demanding.
1-1 upgrades are finished on the speeding.
This micro is pretty demanding for both players.
It's very sentry heavy, which could
what
go
is
either.
Oh!
Use the blink.
This could be the bounce one. Oh, he's not blinking!
There you go.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so what are these players focusing on? What is Hasuobs focusing on?
Hasuobs needs to make sure to snipe the overlords before they can drop onto sentries, and also use force fields to zone out the roaches so we can deal with the overlords on their own. Targa needs to find a good engagement angle, and this is not one, not in this narrow choke. He needs to make sure that the roaches can provide support. Because if they're not there, it's very easy for the Protoss to just pick off all the overlords and keep cutting backwards.
Taking down an Overseer, taking down some more roaches here and there. He can always blink away with these Stalkers. Targa looking for a good place to engage. Here he comes in from the right-hand side with those Overlords, trying to get a good connection here. A recall can happen. It is going to happen. One Stalker left behind. He's like being really still. Now he's like, I'm going to kill you. But he's alive. And he's alive. And there's it looks like there's, a
little bit of Zealot warping. That shouldn't do too much. Yeah, I mean, it's a great move.
So Targa's going to engage into the third, maybe.
Yes. Or is he going to go up the ramp? Oh, but the blink's been used. That means they can't defensively blink against it. Trying to split up the units. There's sentries over here.
Here come the Banelings.
Desperately using hallucinations.
Hallucinated Colossus going down. The Mortal's still alive. Banelings trying to get those solid connections, but I think
he's got to drop.
Hasuobs might have too much here. Look at all of these Immortals that are still alive. And remember, he can still warp in a bunch of units as well as plenty of money in the bank. And Targa, that just did not work.
No, Hasuobs' micro is very good there. You know, this build kind of relies on the fact that while the Protoss is desperately trying to deal with the Overlords and micro and stuff, your Roaches get in there and get a bunch of free kills. But the problem is that entire battle, the Roaches were zoned out by force field, so they could never get in there and get any damage done up until up until the Banings had already done their thing, and then at that point it was Roaches alone against Immortals, and that's not gonna be pretty.
All right.
Oh, actually, the Speeding's getting a nice angle here. There's Immortals on the top, weren't in the picture.
Immortals. They're staying alone, but I guess they're going to try to make it work. Zerglin is trying to get us around under those Stalkers, but Hasuobs coming in from every direction. I think those are Stalker reinforcements from that pylon at the bottom left. And now, I'm wondering, you can't be engaging with these Roaches right now. Like, those Immortals are just, they're just dicing away.
If he can get enough Speedings could overrun this army, but he needs more. It's very Immortal heavy, so if he had able to muster up 70, 80 Speedings, which...
How committed is Hasuobs right now?
Not very. I mean, he's working on level 3 tag. If he loses this army, he's in trouble, because they don't have a hard time taking the fourth. Unless he does some good damage with it. But I mean, Hasuobs is ahead in every way. He's got better tech, better upgrades, better economy.
All right, Ling's coming up. Targa trying to make a final stand. Hasuobs looking so good at the 18-minute mark of this game 1 of this best of 3. Advancing to the third base, and there's the GG. So Hasuobs...
He looks like he wants to tie it up for Mouse Boys.
He's making things interesting. Again, guys, you're watching Mouse versus Dignitas. Dignitas currently up 2-1, thanks to Bling. And of course, Hero Marine for Mouse was able to take out Select in the first game, in the first match of the evening. And now Hasuobs, he's 1 win away from tying up this series at 2-2. We got to take a break, guys, but plenty more awesome StarCraft 2 coming your way. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. I see you guys there being awesome. Angry Dwarf, Video 2000, Bomb Jin, My Cat Farts, Madman 998, Randomizer 77. Keep hanging out, keep being awesome, and keep having a nice discussion about StarCraft 2. Throw us your questions if you want. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. More StarCraft 2.